What's going on, everyone? My name is Bruno and this is my STA Week 8 match against the Sydney Staraptors and coach Harry. So before we get started with the match, let me just say that this is unfortunately a post-com match. The reason why is because at the end of the recording, after recording the live battle, I just checked the video and the video footage, and it has no voice. I don't know why. Maybe something with my mic. Probably I didn't have the settings turned on. Maybe, I don't know. I have no idea. But yeah, I'm sorry. This is a post-com match. As you guys can see, the sound settings are already solved because you are hearing me from now on. So next videos it will be live battles as always, of course. This one is a post-com. I'm facing Harry, which is currently the number 1 seed. I am the number 2 seed. So the rules here are pretty simple. If I lose this game, I have a chance to go into the 3rd seed, depending on the 3rd seed match. If I win less than 5-0, will stay same thing, so Harry first, me second. If I win 5 or 6-0, I will go into the 1st seed and Harry will go into the 2nd seed. So Harry is a phenomenal team, he's been playing really well, so my plan here is to try to win with Rock Polish, Landrus plus Hunter and Volcarona. So in terms of leads, you guys saw the team preview. I decided to lead my Bronzong. He decided to lead with his Zapdos, which is a big threat. Yeah, knowing that Zapdos is a big threat, I actually decided to go for just a random future sight turn 1, just because it doesn't have a dark type. So I've decided to go for the future sight. If he is choice spent, he will do a big amount of damage. Of course, I at first I thought in going to Rotom, but I mean, there's no reason to point turn 1 because future close combat is kind of free. So I decided to go for my future sight, and this decided to switch. There's a future sight in the air, which is always cool, considering again there's no dark type on Harry's side. After if he decided to switch, I can go for my Stealth Rock, so he decided to switch. He goes into Dredigon, so there's a future sight in the area, if I'm not wrong. So he's Mold Breaker on the Dredigon, so no rough skin, which is interesting. But yeah, I go for future sight. Now we can pretty much trade rocks, because it's pretty much what he's gonna do. I think there's no doubt about it. So I go for my own rocks, he goes for his own rocks, and we will trade hazards here, which is fine, because I don't have a team that is really weak to hazards. Volkai's boots, so he decides to go for rocks, and I have decided to go for my own rocks as well. And yeah, at this point I can go for my for a toxic here. I don't think he goes toxic back, considering that there's a future sight in the air that will pop after this turn. So I can go into a toxic. I think it's pretty fine. It will help me with the Dredigon, which is one of his Pokemons. So, and honestly, there's not too much a Dredigon can do to a Bronzong, unless he has like Crunch. I assume Dredigon has Crunch. So I go for a toxic, and I was faster, so he's gonna go for a Dragon Tail, which is pretty. It's a pretty decent play. So he will make my Bronzong switch out, and I switch out into the Volcarona. And honestly, I don't want nothing to do with this Dredigon, mainly because he could have Glare. He has Dragon Tail, so there's no point in setting up. Could have Glare, could have a random rock move, so I don't want to deal with this Dredigon, and I decided to go into my Rotom, if I'm not wrong, either Rotom or Landrus. I think Rotom because I was afraid of the Glare, so I think I go Rotom here, and I Volt Switch because I don't see a what's it called, a ground type on his side of the field, so and on his team at all, so I could Volt Switch pretty freely. So I don't remember what he did here. Maybe we went for a Toxic, not sure. Or if it Dragon Tail again, I'm not entirely sure, but we'll see. So he went for yeah, he switch it out, which is fine. He went into the Toxapex, which is amazing for me. I could now go for a Volt Switch, which is pretty free to go. So it can go into Tangrowth, and I'll play my trump card if he goes into the Tangrowth here, and I will tell you in a bit what's my trump card. My trump card is actually Audino, and I'm gonna explain you what I decided to do with Audino here. So I'm gonna go for a Volt Switch, and I'm gonna go into Audino. So this Audino has Yawn. The play here with the Yawn is to try to catch actually the Tangrowth. That will allow me to go into Landorus, click Swords Dance and Rock Polish if I have enough. If I have nice turns of actually I went into Bronzong here. I think I went into Audino. Yeah, I'm gonna go into Audino. So the play here is to click Yawn, try to catch something at sleep, go into Landorus, set up, and try to win from there. This is the main goal of this team. I am gonna click Yawn, I think, here, and then I think I click Knockoff, if I am not wrong. I think that was the what I've decided to do. So there's the Yawn, because I truly think if I can set up a Swords Dance and a Rock Polish, and I have enough, I have nice turns of sleep, I can win the game from there. I can legit just sweep with Landorus, because it doesn't have great switchings to a combination of ground and flying. So I think it will stay in. He stayed in, I'm pretty sure. During the game, I was pretty sure he was going to stay in. And I'm gonna get a Yawn, and actually decided to switch out. Okay, I can't remember that correctly. So we went into the Toxapex, which is fine. Now I'm not sure if I go for a knockoff, because I have Ilbel, so I was not afraid of Toxic. I think I went for knockoff. I'm not sure. Yeah, I went for Toxic to be able to get rid of Black Sludge, which is his item. He could switch out as well, and I think he decided to switch out into the Tangrowth again. So I'll get a knockoff, which is cool. We are just waiting for the turn. This is the bad thing about postcom. Yeah. But again, I could just do the exact same thing, and eventually it will have something asleep. So this play will just work, and I can go into Landorus and go for the sweep. He was a Solve at some Tangrowth, which I actually was not expecting, but it was a good item. I'm gonna go for a Yawn, so he doesn't have a status, which is amazing. So Audino just sits in front of this Tangrowth without a problem. He decided to go for a knockoff, and now I'm not sure if I went into another Yawn. If I decided, yeah, I'll click Yawn, predicting the switch, because Audino just sits in front of the Tangrowth. And I think I will take this opportunity after. I think he stayed in this turn, which is the best opportunity for me to go into Landorus. So we are just waiting for the for this turn. But yeah, if he decided to switch, I go for another Yawn. If he stayed in, I mean, he will stay asleep next turn, which is awesome for... he decided to stay in, so he's gonna stay asleep. He's gonna go for a Giga Drain. But like, he's thinking Audino can't do much to him, so he could just stay asleep and just stall out turns. The thing here is that I have a Landorus, and my plan is to go into Landorus and he's trying to set up. I was afraid for a bit that it could go into the Zapdos and pop the Defiant. That would be really threatening, but I decided to stay in, and of course he will stay asleep for one turn. So I only need 2 more turns of a sleep. I know it's not amazing, but it's 2 more turns. So as you guys can see, you'll stay asleep for this first turn. I need 2 more turns. One to set up Rock Polish, another to set up a Swords Dance. I decided to go for the Rock Polish first. That's because if he decided to switch, I would rather be faster than his entire team. So I think Rock Polish what I click first. And then I'm gonna click Swords Dance. So Rock Polish is coming out first. But as you guys will see, I think he wakes up right this turn, which is kind of bad. But like, if I click Swords Dance, what's the switching? Even if I had to wait 1 turn for the fly, what's the switching to a Swords Dance fly? Like, there's no one. There's not a single one. Like, Toxapex dies to fly plus Earthquake, and he can't even predict. He can't even switch out here predicting the fly because he did not see any of my moves. So he doesn't know I have fly, which he has to stay in because Tangrowth is mainly the switch into the Landers. So I decided to go into the fly, and now he either loses Tangrowth or he has to switch out and sack something. Like, the flying resistance is Regieleki, and you guys know that Regieleki dies with fly. So he goes into the Toxapex, and yeah, I'm just gonna go for a fly. As you guys will see, does tremendous amount of damage to this Toxapex. So I can go for, he has Rocky Helmet, I can go for an Earthquake. I don't have to risk anything here, so any kind of recovery. So I just go for an Earthquake. He switches out, goes into the Tangrowth, if I'm not wrong, yes. But then again, as you guys will see, with the rocks, Earthquake does actually a really decent damage to a Tangrowth, considering that it's a Tangrowth. That's almost a 3 KO, which is amazing. I can go for a fly, and I'm gonna go for a fly. If he decides to switch out and just sack the Toxapex, I will leave Rocky Helmet. So unless he has a Choice Scarf or another Hockey Helmet or Priority, Landorus is in a really good position to just sweep his entire team. His only hope is having either a Choice Scarf, but either a Choice Scarf at this point, Landorus outspeeds. I'm pretty sure I build this Landorus to outspeed any Choice Scarfer that is not Regieleki. So actually, which is actually hilarious that his only hope in terms of scarves is Scarf like Rapid Spin or Explosion or Swift, which is actually kind of funny. But if he doesn't have Priority, I think Landorus just wins the game because it really doesn't have a good switching to the combination of both Landorus steps. And I didn't even need the Power Herb, which is actually funny because I was kind of worried about the item of Power Herb Landorus. It's not incredible. He's not really viable in draft, but I decided to go for it, and I didn't even need it, which is actually funny. I got knocked off like pretty early. But yeah, we are just waiting to see what he's gonna do here. I think he went into the Mew, if I am not wrong. Let's see, it's a Mew. So Mew here, depending on the set, could die, could live, depending on this set. I decided to go for the Earthquake because Mew is a big threat. Pex is out, so Volcarona really goes in against his team. So he lives, goes for an Agility. So now this kind of depends on what type of Mew this is. On the speed he has on this Mew. Considering that he lived it really well, it's a +2 Landorus, don't forget about it. I realized that maybe it doesn't have a lot of speed on Mew. And yeah, he didn't have a lot of speed on Mew, so Landorus just was able to beat Mew as well. So at this point, I'm really starting to think that it doesn't have Priority, it doesn't have Sucker Punch on the Druddigon. So I was really start thinking that Landers can win the game from here. I'm gonna go for a fly here. You see the Tangrowth. So as you guys will see, I'm gonna go for a fly, then have a switch in, and you will have to sack something, or sack the Tangrowth. He's gonna sack a Pokemon. That's pretty much it. I'm gonna go for a fly. As you guys will see, he goes for Giga Drain. Of course, I'm in the air, so I'm gonna be able to go for a fly, and his only hope at this point is a miss. But as you guys can see, I hit the fly and I hit the Tangrowth, so another threat out of the way. So now Rotom is actually a bit better as well. His play now is going to the Zapdos. Yeah, that's the Zapdos. Even if his Choice Scarf, I outspeed at +2. So I'm gonna go for another fly, and we'll see what this Zapdos is gonna do. At this point, I mean, I don't think he can do too much. So yeah, I'm gonna go for fly. And revealed a really interesting tag here. It revealed to be bulk up on the Zapdos. And I thought to myself, can you live a +2 fly? My first thought is no, you can't. I don't think you can. It's a +2 Landorus. And Zapdos is not really bulky. So the Zapdos is just gonna drop to a fly. And yeah, at this point, Druddigon dies to Earthquake and Elekid dies to Earthquake. So, spoiler alert, this is going to be a 6-0 win against Harry with the Power Herb Fly Landorus that I didn't even use the Power Herb. But yeah, I was not really expecting this set. Actually, I was expecting this set to work, but in the way that I could break his team, not just sweep. But like, he didn't prep that much for this match because he was locked. So, I mean, I'm not taking this victory like too serious. And either way, Harry had a phenomenal season. He was 6-1 until this battle. So he only lost once during the season, which is amazing. Honestly, phenomenal season for Harry. I really think he deserved to be first seed. Actually, there were 3 coaches that I think deserve to be first seed. One of them, of course, is Harry. The other one, myself, and the other one, T-Row Price. We both had really good seasons. We've been playing really well. I think Harry a bit better than us, than me and T-Row Price. So he kind of deserved to be the first seed. Either way, I'm gonna advance into playoffs, being the first seed of the league. And next week we are facing Goldoa in the first round of playoffs. So be excited for that. Hopefully, actually, I'm glad that I'm gonna only be able to face Harry again in finals. If that happens again, only in finals, which is great because I really don't want to face Harry again. Honestly, his team is terrifying. But yeah, playoffs will be up next week. So really excited, and let's hope I can be I can do well in playoffs. We'll see, guys. So thanks for watching. Sorry again, this is a post-com match, but I just something happened with the sound with my mic, but everything is fine now. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you guys in the next video. So